Hello?
Yes.
Mr.
Hi.
Moushey.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had the wrong number.
Oh, Jesus.
So, you wrote a book, and it's a very, very timely book. And what is the title?
It's called Game Over, Jerry Sandusky, Penn State, and the Culture of Silence.
It's a long title.
Yes.
Game Over's the title.
Game over, man.
So, we've all been following the trial, and it's close. I guess the defense begins today, right?
Yes, it does. They're supposed to rest as soon as the court starts today.
Now, from what I see, this is looking pretty bad for old Jer. Now, the defense is going to come out and try to discredit a lot of these witnesses that came up and said that they were victims of Jerry and his lust for children. What do you think about that strategy and Jerry trying to use that? I don't think it's going to have any effect whatsoever.
Well, I've covered probably 250 criminal trials in my life, and in cases where there's accusations from one person to another, especially in sex abuse cases, the time to do it is in cross-examination when the witness is testifying.
Sure.
And, last week, the witnesses all testified, and from my perspective, the defense did not really get into their shorts at all.
Oh, I think you're being a little...
Yeah, you got to get in those shorts or something.
Yeah. Wow, but don't they have the right to recall them?
No, not really. There's got to be extraordinary circumstances in order to get them back in there for the efficiency of the court and for a variety of other reasons. But normally every case I've ever covered, man, they go at them right in their face right away, and that just did not happen in this one. In fact, Joe Amendola, the lawyer for Sandusky, stood on the courthouse steps on December 6th when they waived a preliminary hearing and sat there and rambled on for over an hour to the media, talking about how they were going to torture this Mike McQuarrie, the assistant coach who told Paterno, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And frankly, I watched McQuarrie twice on the stand, and he was very emphatic. And the more they tried to get at him, the more emphatic he became. The independent witness.
Yeah, I think it's a double-edged sword there, though, because you really don't want to try to victimize the victim up there on the stand, especially when they had just gotten done talking about their horrid experience with this gentleman, and then the gentleman's lawyer gets up there and just starts trying to rip him apart. It looks like he's beating up on them to the jury.
Yeah, I mean that's a very slippery slope, man. And the bottom line is that if you don't discredit the witnesses, what do you have?
Yeah, well, you have what you have, which is a guy that was in the shower with children and very inappropriately.
Yeah, I mean, the way that this thing has unfolded, it's bizarre in that Mr. Sandusky has admitted, not only in an interview with Bob Costas, but with the New York Times, that he routinely took showers with young kids.
Yes, unbelievable. Actually, I want to let some of the listeners in on this conversation. Great book, of course, Jerry Sandusky, Penn State and the Culture of Silence, in bookstores now, at Amazon now, actually. You get it on Amazon, right? Of course.
Yeah, you can get on anywhere.
Yeah. Bill, how do you pronounce that last name? Moushey. Bill Moushey. All right, let's go to, I guess, Paul Hargis is on the phone. Hello, Paul.
Hi.
You're on with Bill.
Hi. Thank you, Mr. Richardson, for taking my call. How are you? Good. I've been following the case, and I think it's a whole lot to do about nothing, to be honest with you. I think it's a witch hunt to go after Mr. Sandusky.
Mr. Sandusky?
Yeah, I think that this whole thing is just a witch hunt. They're going after this guy.
Oh, Bill, have you heard anybody actually say anything like this and defend Sandusky?
Yeah, I've heard that Sandusky made a big witch's brew and was trying to feed it to all the young boys.
He was hungry or something.
Oh, shit.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
No, because I used to coach at a school, and you have interactions with the students, and everybody starts saying something, but it ain't nothing but innocence and frolicking.
Now, so Mr. Hargis, what you're saying is that you were in a similar situation?
I was teaching, and, you can't start judging a bunch of books by their covers. To think that you can't interact with the students after gym class if you take a shower or something?
Well, you have a different set of codes in life than I do, but the bottom line is there's 8 kids have testified. There's another 16. There's another 7 that have been identified. So, that's going to be the decision for a jury to make as to whether or not the kids have orchestrated a cover-up, which is what Sandusky alleged, or whether or not.
Hall of Fame numbers.
What was that, Paul?
He has Hall of Fame numbers, this guy. I don't think that he did nothing wrong. I think that they're just taking a whole bunch and making a big to-do about nothing.
Well, I'm sure if you talk to the victims, it's not nothing there, Paul.
Mr. Peters, why did you write a book about this, saying all this bad
It's
stuff?
Moushey. Or
I'm
Moushey.
sorry. Why did you write a book about this like the guy did something wrong? There's no evidence.
Well, read the book and make your own decision.
Yeah. See?
I just think that everybody's jumping on this guy because he was more popular with the kids, and that makes everybody jealous.
Oh, Paul.
It does. If you're a good coach and they all like you, everybody wants to badmouth you.
Ooh, don't get angry. Jesus. Bill, how do you see this ending? What do you think happens to Jerry Sandusky?
Are you asking me? I don't know. I think he's going to get off.
We're having troubles with the phones this morning, and it's very difficult to hang up. And Paul.
No, I want to talk to Mr. Shepard.
You don't even know his name. So how do you see this ending with Jerry Sandusky?
Well,
I think he's probably.
Well, the jury's going to get the case probably later this week.
Yeah.
And basically, there should be a
trial.
There's 52 charges against the guy.
Yeah.
I've seen many trials in my life, and
Sure, me too.
Just try to talk over him. I apologize. I'm trying to hang up on him, but the thing is not cooperating.
But I think that the trial's going to end this week sometime. There's a very little chance of a major defense. Normally that's done on the prosecution side where they cross-examine people. So,
Well, do you think that the defense has a chance if they call a bunch of professional witnesses too? Like if they say maybe they need to call some psychologists or something?
They're going to do that.
I ain't finished yet. I'm saying I have to testify about the lying that these kids are doing.
I'm sure you could testify about that. But you're in a situation.
All right, Paul. Hold on. Let Bill talk.
Sorry. I got a bad connection.
Yeah, well. Now, what about sentencing? What can Jerry face?
It all depends on what they
Paul.
finally convict him of.
Hold on, Bill. What kind of sentence can this guy get?
Well, any conviction on any of the major offenses in the 52 charges would probably effectively be a life sentence for Sandusky. He's 68 years old. And
57.
Hey, could you be quiet? You're being very rude.
Paul,
I'm trying to talk to you,
why don't you shut up?
If we could get
You shut up. I'm trying to ask questions about the Sandusky case.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do. And this man's being rude.
Maybe we could pot him down or something. Anything just to get him off the fucking phone. Jesus Christ. I apologize, Bill. This wasn't even supposed to happen, but he's so fucking annoying. So he could get, he could do some pretty hard time. He's gonna.
Basically, at his age,
sure.
At his age, any sentence he gets is effectively a life sentence.
Right. Yeah, he's no kid, that's for sure. And is this going to be a real prison, or you think it's one of these white collar places?
Oh yeah, real one.
The Pennsylvania system does not have any really soft prisons. They're all medium security or above. So, he would be in a secure facility.
Do you see? All right, Paul. Paul. Do you see anybody else being responsible for this? A lot of blame has been passed around.
A bunch of lying kids, I think.
One of the things that is very disconcerting about this whole thing, if the charges are true, and that is that dating back to before 1998, a large number of people in the Penn State community had knowledge of the allegations against Sandusky, and almost none of them came forward.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the most disconcerting. When you put the timeline about what these kids say.
How responsible legally do you think these people are going to be that kept their mouths shut?
Well,
not at all. I don't think they should be. I don't think they could. I think this whole thing's a big witch hunt.
Jesus Christ, could you
It's unbelievable, or what?
It really is, and I got to be honest.
I'm talking about you.
No, I don't know why they're doing this whole witch hunt. You're right, though. They shouldn't be forced to not do this.
Again, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. The responsibility. Some of these people seem to be culpable. I mean, look at the president, I guess, of the university itself.
President Obama.
They didn't. He didn't go as far as I think he should have gone.
Well, there's specific evidence that the president of the university had knowledge of an event that occurred in 1998.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2002, a second event became public. The 98 event turned out to be the investigation turned nothing up. And then in 2002, there's another one where this Mike McQueary saw.
Yeah.
He's a rat.
It's a shut up. It's a cover-up. I really see this as being 100% a cover-up to try to protect the school's name and the football program.
Well, that word has been used repeatedly by the Attorney General's office throughout this whole process.
What's the Army got to do with this?
What?
The generals?
But it has gone all the way up into the president's office. There's two top officials under indictment right now for perjury and false failing to report sexual abuse of children.
Yeah.
They're going to trial soon. And from what has turned up in this Sandusky trial, it looks like the investigation is going to grow rather than recede. And then when you look on the other side of it, there are going to be civil lawsuits going on for the next 10 years, probably.
I don't doubt it, man.
They're going to sue all these kids, right? Because they were telling all these lies, and they're spreading this man's name through the dirt. They're probably going to sue him.
They're not lying. They're not. You think? What you think? Everybody's lying? Then?
Yeah, all 10 of them cooked up a conspiracy.
Yeah. They all cooked it up and then waited years and years to go by until all this happened.
I agree. That's exactly
right.
Oh,
stop it.
That's exactly
Just
what
stop
it. They're all telling a
You're
ridiculous.
We got Bill Moushey on the phone. He's got a great new book out, Jerry Sandusky, Penn State and the Culture of Silence. It's in bookstores and on Amazon right now. This is people are so fascinated by this. What makes people so compelled to want to know all the dirty details of stuff like this?
I don't know. They just want to know. Everybody's nosy. And they want to.
That was an astute comment. Basically, this story is like one of Shakespearean proportions. You got situations where, like Joe Paterno, no one has risen to such heights to fall to such depths so quickly. The university, the pristine university, never been under investigation by the NCAA before, and now all of a sudden this unbelievable scandal engulfs it. And it goes back to the whole idea that it's a closed society up there, what they used to call Happy Valley, and it's really a situation where they've tried to keep everything hidden. They went all the way to the state Supreme Court to keep Paterno's salary hidden, and they just didn't think the outside would. Would you let me talk for a minute?
Sure.
Shut up. Why can't you shut up for like 30 seconds?
I'm trying to ask a question about Joe Paterno's salary, and you're yelling at me. I got a bad phone connection and diabetes.
Not bad enough.
Why don't you hang it up and then you won't have a bad phone connection?
Yeah.
Because I can't hear the show if I hang up, and we got a line I had to call in, and I'm an expert in this area.
No, you're not. Yeah, it sounds it. You're
being very rude, sir. I'm trying to be courteous.
Well, you're being more rude than anybody I've talked to in recent months.
That's not true, Mr. Moushey.
And he probably talks to a lot of people.
But no, I mean, the Game Over, the book, gives a very good description of what happened up there before this event, how it went on for 15 years, and now that it's going to trial. A lot of it.
Here we are. I'm back.
Shh. Come on, Paul. God, man.
I'm sorry. My phone's crapping out. I'm all over the place trying to hear.
So, and the culture of silence, the name of the book in itself means that there has been a cover-up going on. Do you just mean Penn State, or is it really all of these schools and sports programs and these little, almost like fraternities?
Well, it's a cautionary tale, that's for sure, because Penn State is not the only university that sits out in the middle of nowhere and runs itself and generates a huge amount of money. Penn State's football program brings $54 million in profit in a year.
Wow!
And it's a situation where they were protecting the brand, and you can go all over the United States and find other places that would want to protect the brand because there are huge amounts of. If this guy would let me talk, I would finish my answers once.
Jesus.
What do you think about the Syracuse thing, huh? How about that whole mess up there and whatnot?
What?
The whole Syracuse University.
Even if you have a legitimate question, he's not going to want to answer you because you keep interrupting the guy when he's talking.
I got a bad connection. That's a very legitimate point, how they seen what's going on over at Penn State, and these kids are getting paid millions of dollars, and now they're saying that they want to...
That's not true.
What?
Sure. Everybody's making millions of dollars, and they up at Syracuse, they want to make money. So they say that the guy did a whole bunch of stuff up there, too. I didn't think so.
Well, I realize you've done a tremendous amount of research on that. So,
Sure.
In the 150 people that we interviewed during the course of this book,
yeah,
a lot of people.
The bottom line is that it's a tale that people should read to make sure that they understand the ramifications of not doing the right thing.
Right.
Tell the truth.
Well, it sounds like a fascinating book of a story that is fascinating. I mean, people really are all over this, and you've kind of put it together for everybody. Bill Moushey? Moushey, Jerry Sandusky, Penn State, and the Culture of Silence in bookstores right now, and on Amazon. Check it out. And also, you're at B Moushey on Twitter.
I want to know, what do you think's going to happen with this trial? How much trouble are they going to get into for perjury?
Well, perjury is a statute. If the government can prove it, they would file it, because they filed 2 perjury charges in this case already. So,
which ones of the kids are in trouble for perjury?
None of them are.
Well, who's in perjuring? What's happening over there?
Actually, nobody really proved any perjury during their testimony that I saw.
Yeah.
So.
Who's perjuring stuff?
Paul. Enough.
This makes great radio, though.
Oh, well, yeah, certainly. Great. With
well, I appreciate you calling the show. It's good to hear you.
Yeah, absolutely. Bill, thanks so much for calling in. I apologize.
I like to listen.
Not you. I apologize for Mr.
Just remember the name. It's Game Over.
Yes, Game Over. Jerry Sandusky, Penn State, and the Culture of Silence.
Then we'll see what happens, right-o.
All right, Paul and Bill. Thank you so much, Bill. Good luck with the book.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Call me.
Sure, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, take it easy, man.
Bye.
All right, that's Bill Moushey. Yes. All right, Paul. Paul Hargis. Holy shit. Guys. He was getting so annoyed when you're just going, ha, yeah, sure, in the background. He was so annoyed with you. If you just shut up and let me talk.
Did it seem distracting?
Oh, it was so uncomfortable, man.
And mid-sentence of his, you go, oh, there you go, I'm back.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back. And you're answering his questions. You're a dick. Oh, it's fucking great.
No problem. I like to listen.
No problem. I like to listen. Ha. All right. No, not asking you. Well, why don't we let the people roll that around in their mouth a little. We'll take a little break and be back in a few.